What's up, vlog? Welcome to X Games!
Hey, welcome back for week 2 of Who is Jesus? We're in this series that's kind of leading up to Easter. We're looking at the different titles that Jesus had. And last week we talked about how Jesus was called Emmanuel, which means God with us. And so we're going to dig into another one of those titles today. Let me tell you a hot take real quick. Frozen 1, the first Frozen movie, it's like 10 years old now, I think is an incredible movie. Super good. Frozen 2, however, I think is some hot trash. But the moral of the story in both movies is kind of about like a finding yourself kind of journey, finding your identity, finding your voice. So I kind of want to talk about that a little bit today because I think a piece of advice that all of us have received, but is actually a dangerous piece of advice if we don't apply it the right way, is just be true to yourself. Find yourself. We've all heard that, and potentially that could be dangerous because how do you find yourself? Is it where you're from, who your family is, what your interests are, what you're good at, what your desires are, what you're passionate about? Is it your race? Is it your religion? Is it what is it? How do you find yourself? What are the things that make up you? And so when you're asked that question, hey, find yourself, but you don't really know what you're looking for, that's challenging. To be fair, I think the idea of finding yourself, being true to who you are, is definitely true. I think we all need to know who we are. But if we're not equipped with the right tools, or we're not equipped with a map, or could I say something even better, a guide to help us find who we are, then we're going to end up lost. This is why I love Jesus, because he is our guide to finding our true self. And so kind of the point I want to make today is that Jesus didn't introduce a new way of being human. He introduced the true way of being human. He is our guide. So we're going to talk about that today.
So first off, in this corner, weighing in at a combined weight of 360,000 pounds, let's give them up for Earthquake! I can't see you! Weighing in at the weight of the earth, it's Oh my goodness! Let's go! Let's go! All right, that's pretty good. Yeah! This corner, pink and pretty, sport, make your mark. You want to make this club thunderstruck. I'm doing it for sport!
Who is Jesus? Jesus is the Son of Man. He's given that title over 30 times throughout the gospel account. We're going to break down what that means. What does it mean that Jesus is the Son of Man? But first, we're going to talk about why he's our guide. First, what is a guide? The author Donald Miller, who's written a bunch of books about stories and all different kinds of things, he defines two key characteristics in a guide. Someone that has empathy and authority. Somebody that can empathize where we are at in our lives, but also has the authority to speak into it and tell us which way we should go. And so we're going to look at why Jesus is the best guide.
If you're a middle schooler, you can sit on Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings, middle school. You guys know that game you played, Blind Battle? Okay, the high schoolers don't know it, so that's cool. So, each squad leader that's in a sumo suit is going to cover their faces completely right now. So, we are going to play a great game.
We're going to play an awesome game.
And
Play, some would say, a classic game.
classic game
Classic.
of
Tug.
war! Call up Pastor Disney.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go! Third one! Andrew! Look at those games! Look at those muscles! They're sliding on the floor!
Man, where's the traction when you need it?
Oh man! Oh!
Let's go!
Oh,
Great effort, We're here!
3, 2, 1, go!
Elijah says no, this way. Oh, Spark is coming back.
Spark is coming back! Oh my goodness!
Oh, wow. Oh, it's time. Shockwave just refuses to quit. Is it enough though? Is it enough? It's
Jesus being the Son of Man demonstrates that he is basically a son of mankind. He was a human. Another way to say this was he is a son of Adam. You know, Adam the first man. He is the son of a human being, basically saying that he was a human, just like me and you, that he was tempted and tested in the same ways that you and I are. And so he can empathize with where we're at in life. He can empathize with the middle school years being a little bit awkward and trying to discover maybe who you are. He can empathize with those feelings. But there's another meaning as well to the Son of Man. We see the Son of Man come up in the book of Daniel, first talking about this Messiah that is the Son of Man, meaning that Jesus not only is a human being, but he is fully God at the same time. So he has empathy to relate with who we are and where we're at in our lives, but also has the authority to point us in the right direction. Empathy and authority to be the perfect guide for us to find out who we are. In Genesis chapter 1, we see that God created man, us, in his own image. That means that you are made, I like to say, with the fingerprint of God. And so your true self, being true to who you are, discovering who you are, is actually being true to that part of you. But the challenge with that is that that part of you has been marred or broken a little bit by sin. With his life, Jesus demonstrated what it looked like to be true to the image of God inside of you. And actually, the Apostle Paul wrote this in Colossians 1:15. Christ is the visible image of the invisible God. He existed before anything was created and is supreme over all creation. Basically saying, do you want to know what God looks like? Do you want to know what the image of God looks like when it's in its truest form? Look at the life of Jesus. And Jesus actually gave some pretty clear instructions on how we can do that. In Matthew 16:24 through 26, we find this. Then Jesus said to his disciples, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it. What good will it be for anyone who gains the whole world yet forfeits their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? Basically saying that there are 3 steps to being true to that image of God inside of you. Deny yourself. Basically saying that maybe there's moments where you're going to have to deny the pleasures and desires that you have for your life and choose what God has for you instead. So deny yourself, to take up your cross and to follow him. Basically meaning that whatever it takes, whatever I have to leave aside, whatever I have to sacrifice to follow you, I'm going to do that because I know that when I do that, I'm going to look more like you, which is the true way of being human.
Hey guys, we're about to reveal the winners of X Games, and I'm so excited.
It's not black, right?
It will be black tomorrow.
It'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be black tomorrow.
Okay.
That was amazing.
The winner of 500 points
And
X Games
is
Alright guys, thank you for watching this week's episode. Man, X Games was awesome. We got our winners right here. Earthquake. Yeah. Chance got a black eye out of it. Listen, it's gonna be. But you missed out on X Games. I'm sorry that you weren't here. But we love you. Give it up for referee Pastor Jesse. And we'll see you next week.